If you already know a little bit about West German pottery, you may recognize this design as Amsterdam and know it's made by Schurig. But if you don't know that, you're not completely out of luck. I can't tell you everything you need to know about West German pottery in one short video, but I can give you a few clues to tell you where to start your research, how to narrow the field, and maybe identify a few of the items that you have. Sometimes the best place to start is at the bottom. The bottom of this Schurig vase is as close to typical as you'll find for West German pottery. It's what I call almost full because it has 2 out of the 3 standard sets of markings: country, numbers, missing only a company mark. However, that is not where we'll be starting our research, because the first thing to consider is the clay color which you can see in this exposed ring. This is a buff or off-white clay, by far the most common on West German pottery, was used by Schurig and many other companies, including Bay Ceramic, with a full bottom showing country, numbers, and company. ES Ceramic, in this case a completely blank bottom, empty bottom, or if you are such a mind, you can call it a naked bottom. JASBA, in this case showing the fully spelled West Germany. Ruscha, with only the numbers and a single-digit height designation. Stuhler, notice in this variation there is a company mark and numbers, but no country designation. The other often used clay color varies from a brick red to a dark brown. Not found as often, but used by many companies, including this is the red clay found on Karsten's items made in West Germany. You can also see that this has what you might call a slightly shy bottom because the glaze partially obscures the information. This is a Roth red bottom. Also notice that this has a 4-digit number and no other mark. When you see this combination, it's probably Roth. Now, more about those numbers that you find on the bottom of many pieces of West German pottery. These numbers can be helpful, or they can also be misleading. Even though people claim numbers never lie, they can certainly be misunderstood. After all, we're talking about dozens of companies and a period longer than 2 decades. That's a lot of pottery. The companies tended to use very similar numbering systems, so there can be a great deal of overlap, and as more numbers are properly documented, that actually increases the overlap. Still, these numbers are like a lot of other things, worthwhile as long as your expectations aren't too high. In most cases, you'll find 2 sets of numbers. They may be divided by a slash or a hyphen, positioned one above the other, or in any number of variations. The first set is the shape designation. The second set is usually the approximate height in centimeters, although sometimes, as on the Ruscha vase earlier, it'll be a single digit that's the relative height in a series. Using the shape number can at least narrow your search and help identify the maker so that you can find that piece in various decorations. But there's another kicker. Many of the companies reused shape numbers over the years, and in some cases companies reissued a shape with a different number. Trying to sort out these numbers sometimes make it seem like you're going from 3rd grade math to quantum physics, but the vases are worth it. West German pottery is a fairly young field. It's also a huge field. New information is coming out almost every day, and as we learn more, it becomes more impressive. Some of the pieces, yes, they're best described as funky, but they're still fun. Other pieces, wondrous, elegant. Any adjective you can imagine, there's a piece of West German pottery that it's going to fit. It seems like the more I find out, the more impressed I am. This video has hardly even served as a beginning. I hope to do more videos, but in the meantime, you can find essays and lots of pictures at our website, Gen4soddities.com. In the meantime, bottoms up.